Good morning, everyone. Now, let's begin with today's thought of the day. And let me tell you about two people. The first person is doing everything right, exercising, eating well, sleeping on time, but they have no idea they're doing it right. Some days they feel good, some days not. And without any way to see the pattern, they feel like they are just wandering, hoping, guessing. Now, the second person is doing roughly the same things, but they are watching, not obsessing, not measuring every gram and every minute, just gently noticing, keeping a quiet eye on how they are doing. And here's what's interesting: the second person improves faster, not because they are working harder, but because they can see themselves. And what you can see, you can shape. There's a quiet power in that. And most of us have never really used it. So today, I want to talk to you about something that sounds almost too simple to be powerful. And yet, it is one of the most transformative habits you can build. So today's session is about tracking progress without pressure. So let's begin with this opening thought. Tracking creates awareness, not judgment. It's not a report card, not a performance review, not a reason to feel bad about yourself. It's simple awareness. And awareness, as we are going to discover today, is where all genuine changes happen. They begin there. So I want you to imagine you're on a flight, Mumbai to Delhi, let's say, a journey you've perhaps made many times. And now imagine the pilot comes on the intercom midway through the flight and says cheerfully, "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea where we are. I stopped checking the instruments an hour ago, but I'm feeling fairly optimistic. We'll figure it out when we land." Every single one of us would like to get off that aircraft immediately. But here's the thing: the pilot is not monitoring instruments because they're anxious. They're not staring at the dashboard because they're panicking or because they expect something to go wrong. They're monitoring because that information, calm, regular, non dramatic, tells them when a small course correction is needed. A few degrees this way, adjust the altitude slightly, nothing catastrophic. Just aware, responsive, in control. The instruments don't judge the plane. They simply show the pilot where it is. So the pilot can bring it exactly where it needs to go. And that is what tracking your habits does for you. Not judgment, not pressure, just the instrument panel for your own life. So let me give you four ideas today. And I want you to notice how different these feel from the tracking you might have tried before. The kind that made you feel guilty or gave up after a week. One, progress tracking builds accountability, of course, to yourself. Let me tell you about Divya. She works in HR at a mid sized company, organized at work, sharp with people, excellent at her job, but she's been wanting to drink more water. She knows she's chronically dehydrated. Her skin shows it, her energy shows it, and she's tried to change this and forgotten repeatedly. One day, she does something small. She puts a simple chart on her fridge, 7 boxes, one for each day of the week. Every day she drinks enough water, she puts a tick. That's it. No app, no reminders, just a tick on a piece of paper on the fridge. Within 2 weeks, Divya is drinking more water than she ever has. Why? Did she the tick gave her water? No. Did it magically change her habits? Definitely not. It did something simpler and more powerful. It made her see herself. It made the habit visible. And once something is visible, it becomes real. And once it's real, it becomes something you show up for. Accountability doesn't always need an audience. Sometimes you just need a mirror. Number two, don't obsess over perfection. The streak is not the point. And I say this because I've seen this happen to so many wonderful and earnest people. Tracking becomes a trap when we turn it into a perfectionism exercise. Anita ji is a homemaker who decided to track her sleep. A deeply good idea since she'd been feeling tired and wanted to understand why. She was doing beautifully. 12 days in a row of noting her sleep time, her wake time, how she felt in the morning. And then one night, guests arrived unexpectedly. Dinner ran late. She slept at 1 a.m. instead of her usual 10:30. And the next morning, she looked at a chart, that one late entry, and felt so disheartened that she stopped tracking altogether. The chart didn't fail her. She held the chart to an impossible standard. And here's what I want you to hear: one bad day on a chart is information, it's not failure. It says, last night was difficult. It does not say you are a difficult person. The goal is never a perfect record. The goal is a clear picture, and pictures like life have light and shadow both. And three, focus on trends, not isolated bad days. See, this is perhaps the most freeing idea of the session. So I want you to hold it carefully. Mohan Bhai is 62 and has, on the advice of his doctor, started tracking his morning walk. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30. He notes it down in a small diary he keeps by his bed. Some days he walks well. Some days the knee troubles him and he barely manages 10 minutes. But some days, if he's honest, he didn't go at all. He shows me his diary after a month and say a little sheepishly, not very consistent now. But when I look at the diary, I see something different. Week one, 3 days out of 7. Week two, 4 days. Week three, 5 days. Week four, 5 days. And two of them were 30 minutes. That's not inconsistency. That is a trend. That is a graph going quietly, steadily, unmistakably upward. So Mohan Bhai was looking at the bad days. I was looking at the direction. So you are not your worst day on the chart. You are the direction of the line. And a line that is moving, even slowly, even unevenly, is infinitely more powerful than a line that never started. And four, awareness creates improvement automatically. It's a principle in psychology. Simple, beautiful, and very well documented. That says the act of observing a behavior tends to improve it. Just watching, just noticing without doing anything else. So when you track your sleep, you naturally start going to bed a little earlier because you're watching. When you track your water, you drink a little more because you are watching. And when you track your focus time, when you actually note how many uninterrupted minutes of real work you got done today, you protect those minutes more fiercely because you are watching. You don't need a complicated system for this. You don't need an app or a spreadsheet. You just need to gently, kindly, non judgmentally pay attention. So, here is your exercise for today and for this week. Choose one habit to track, just one, and here are five to consider. One, sleep. What time did I sleep? What time did I wake up? How did I feel in the morning? Three numbers and one word. That's the whole entry. Second, water. How many glasses did I drink today? Put a number on paper, nothing more. Three, exercise or movement. How many minutes did I move my body today? Even a walk counts, even stretching counts. Number four, study or learning. Did I read, learn, or practice something today? Yes or no? 10 minutes counts. And number five, focus time. How many minutes of genuinely uninterrupted, purposeful work or activity did I manage today? Choose one. Buy a small diary or use the notes on your phone or the back of an old calendar. And for the next 7 days, write one number or one word. That's it. No pressure, no target, no judgment if a day is bad. Just watch yourself with kindness, with curiosity, the way a good gardener watches their plants, not with anxiety, but with gentle, interested attention, and see what you learn. See, there's something I find deeply moving about the act of tracking, and I want to try to say it well. Most of us go through our lives being judged by teachers, by bosses, by families, by society, by the endless comparison that fill our days. We are measured, assessed, found adequate or wanting by others, and eventually by ourselves. Tracking, the kind we are talking about today, is something entirely different. It is you sitting down with yourself at the end of the day and saying, let me see how you did today. Let me understand you a little better. Not how could you? Not why didn't you do more? Just here's what happened today. Here's what I noticed. Here's where we are. And that is an act of self compassion disguised as a practical tool. The pilot doesn't hit the aircraft when it drifts slightly off course. The pilot simply, gently, professionally, without drama, adjusts. And that is your call to action. Tonight, before you sleep, choose your one habit. Write down today's number, wherever you are, whatever it looks like. And then for the next 7 days, keep watching yourself. Not to judge, not to punish, not to achieve a perfect score, but because you deserve to know your own story. Because your progress, quiet, uneven, real, and utterly yours, deserves to be seen, and especially by you. With that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.